you started a brand or you want to start a brand and you want to get a item like a garment, a t-shirt, something to make your first piece for your brand. So you can say, yo, I actually make clothes. You might not have a manufacturer from overseas. You might not have access to like, a manufacturer from China or Pakistan, or you're scared of like, making that commitment, or their samples are too expensive, or they have a high minimum order quantity. That might be a harder wall to jump over, harder obstacle to jump over. And I've made videos about using blank. One of the last videos I made called, I think, the best blank manufacturer to start your business with, or something like that. I spoke about a manufacturer called Made Blanks, and I said that you don't need an EIN to get, to shop from them, because they're a wholesaler and they didn't require EIN. That has changed. I don't know why. I don't know how. I mean, I guess I don't know how, but it did. I think it's because they kind of like just graduated, I guess. I guess they kind of like leveled up to the point where their business is making such volume in orders where they do need to have a tracking or some type of record of who they're selling to, because you don't get taxed for wholesale prices. That's the whole point of registering your EIN and giving your reseller's number, because you're basically buying it at a wholesale price under the assumption that you plan to sell it. So retail gets taxed. So they don't calculate the taxes for you at wholesale, because you're supposed to calculate the taxes later on. So all that stuff is supposed to be linked to your EIN and your reseller number for you to say, oh, I have the permission to buy stuff at a wholesale price and resell it. At least that's my understanding of it. I'm not a tax person or like, a professional business advisor, so don't take that with a grain of salt. But that's what I've seen it to be. However, I have a Made Blank account, and I had it before they did the whole EIN thing. So my account still works, even though I have an EIN now. We'll have another video about that later, by the way. I'll put y'all on to that. I have not given them my EIN number, and I don't have a reseller's number yet or anything like that. So I haven't given them that stuff yet, and I was still able to make an order. However, I am going to have that stuff because, as you grow your business, you do want to get more and more structured. However, today I have 3 other websites that you can go to and basically do relatively the same thing. They don't provide as much as Made does, but it's a great entry level for anybody who's just trying to get into the game at a low risk level. You feel me? Let's get straight into it. The first one is going to be 13 Studios. So 13 Studios is a page that I came across on Instagram a while back, a couple months ago actually. What I understand about them is that it's a designer that he has a brand called 13 Studios, and he was making his stuff, he's getting his stuff manufactured, and he decided to also sell them as blanks. How they work is you buy one and it's like $60. You buy 10 and it's $40 a piece, and you buy 50 and it's $30 a piece, and you buy 100 and it's $20 a piece. You know what I'm saying? That's not the actual numbers. I'll try to put the actual numbers for you up on screen. But that is how these type of websites are going to work. That is how I call them retail wholesalers. Kind of hard to say for me. Retail wholesalers, right? That's what I call them. That's how they work. They can't give you a full wholesale price because I guess they don't operate as that type of business. So they can't really do that. They still have to tax you, but they can try to give you the benefit if you buy a bunch, because everybody loves a bulk order, right? Like anytime you buy anything in bulk anywhere, you get some type of benefit, whether it be free shipping over $100 or $150 or whatever, or for example this, a discounted price. That's exactly what it is. Even with manufacturing, getting stuff printed, if you go to do direct to garment printing for one thing, it could be $30. If you do 100, it could go down to $13. You feel me? A piece. So it's basically the same principle. And 13 Studios and these other 2 options are a place that does this and still produce good quality blanks for you to use for your brand. 13 Studios, their main thing is a double paneled hoodie that they make, right? So it's like a super heavy hoodie. I think it's like 600 plus GSM. The highest I've seen hoodies go to normally is 320 GSM, I think. It's high quality stuff and it's expensive, but still a good option because that hoodie is insane. It's like super crazy heavy. I've seen it. I haven't bought it myself, but I've seen it and it's crazy. And if you were to go with their hoodie, I would recommend you sell it at a retail price of around 120 plus. This is a luxury hoodie. This is not like a little starter hoodie. If you're starting to make a luxury brand, you could go with them. Number 2, Sixlar. So this website or company, surprisingly, not a lot of people know about them. But my brother, he ordered a long sleeve tee from them when he was testing out for his long sleeve tee. He ordered a couple, stuff from them to see like, okay, did they have the color that he want, the cut that he want, and it seemed pretty good. It was just a little on the not thin, but it was thinner than other stuff that we got. But it wasn't like Gildan thin or anything like that. But how they work is a percentage. So it probably really is the same thing, but they put it up in a percentage way. Like the minute you drop on the website, you can buy retail stuff that they sell, which most of these companies are going to work like that. Then you can hit the wholesale section, and then you can go and see a chart that says, oh, you buy this, you get it for 100%. If you buy this much, you get it for 90% off, or 90% of the first price or whatever. No, it goes up in percentage. So it tells you the discounts. It's like, oh, buy 10, you get 22% off. Buy 20, you get 33% off, right? And it shows you how much you will save the more you buy. And that's definitely like, you could buy one from them to test them out. You could buy one from each of these companies to test them out. And then you're like, you know what? I don't have an EIN yet, so I can't get into another wholesaler, but this company works for me now, and I have $500 and I'm gonna get 100 pieces. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could go about it that way. Try to see, you know, what you can make happen. So 6LAR, they don't have a wide range of stuff. 13 Studios, they mainly have that hoodie as well. And they're about to drop a fleece pant and fleece shorts, I think. But I'm gonna put all the information in the description below, so you can definitely go check them out and see what they have. And it also depends on the time of the video. I'm sure all these companies are gonna try to grow and make new stuff. 6LAR, they mainly have t-shirts, and they just dropped like women's stuff too, which is pretty cool. They dropped like a crop top, but they mainly have t-shirts and long sleeve tees. I don't think I've ever seen them drop any bottoms like sweats and stuff like that, but I could be mistaken. So, you know, you have the information now. You could do the rest of the work, to be honest with you. But they're pretty good, you know. I think they're one of the best options for you if you don't have an EIN. And I definitely think you could make a summer drop happen, and they could, like, you know, hold you over for a year or 6 months in your brand just to get stuff started if you don't have the capital to, you know, get established, or you don't have the capital to go to like another type of manufacturer. You feel me? Final, but definitely not the least, last but not the least, is gonna be AS Color. It's color with the UK spelling, so it's COLOUR. This is actually a very good option, right? Very, very good option. They have a lot of stuff. They have shorts, shirts, bunch of stuff, wide range of stuff. It's the same thing when you go on their website and they have like, okay, you buy one, it costs this much. You buy 10, it costs this much, and if you buy 50, it costs this much. And I think 50 is where it stops, where you can like benefit from the discount. They have a bunch of colors, different styles of t-shirts, different weights, all that stuff. Super like wide catalog of stuff, and it's crazy that you can just access that from their site without any type of like registration or certification and stuff like that. So that's super cool being able to do that. Those are the three, but that's not all I have for you. So when it comes to retail wholesale, you're basically kind of getting cheated. Like, you do want to eventually get an EIN and a reseller number so you can actually get the wholesale price, because the price you see the whole 50 for, like, that's basically a MOQ. That's basically a minimum order quantity, because when you get a wholesale account with these companies, say you get the shirt for $10 and you get 50 of them, it could drop to $5 no matter how much you're buying when you get a wholesaler account. So that money it costs for you to get the LLC and then get the reseller permit in your location, like in your city, it definitely comes back around in terms of savings and profits that you make. It's not even savings, it's profits. Because the cheaper you're able to make your clothes while maintaining the quality, which AS Color is definitely one of those options that could make you, you know, have you able to get the clothes for somewhat cheap and maintain quality. AS Color is that place. The lower you're able to keep your costs is the higher your profits are, because not only would you be spending less to make the garment, you also be able to have more to spend after the money you save. So then you can, instead of getting 30 shirts, you could get 60 shirts, and that makes a big difference. So it's not like, oh, I saved half as much. No. You made twice as much because you made twice as much. You feel me? You have to do this, like, as a designer, these are things you're gonna have to try to decide and try to figure out. You basically weigh the options of like, okay, yeah, I could go for like a $2 Gildan tee, but is that what I want my brand to be associated with? You have to kind of like, you know, weigh like, okay, do I like this blank? Do I like that blank? Do I want to spend this much money? Do I want to spend that much money? Yeah, what's important to me? Or the color options important to me? Is the GSM important to me? Is the weight important to me? Like, it's important to me. What is the cut important to me? Like, how do I want the shoulders to fit? All that stuff like comes into factor of being a designer when you start a brand. And it's stuff you might not be able to get the actual shirt that you want the first time. I know people always want to have like super solid idea of what they want the first shirt to look like. Sometimes you just need to get something out there so people don't think you just made an Instagram page and called yourself a designer. And these three options are definitely one of the ways for you to do that. And then you can make your mistakes and learn. The quicker you get to making your mistakes and learn is the quicker your brand will grow. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. I'm gonna be making videos on, you know, blanks and like how they fit and what I've learned about them. I have a couple blanks that I've been living in for like a year or two now. So I wear them and I wash them and I wear them and I wash them, and I can tell you how a lot of these have aged. And even the ones that I don't know how they've aged, I'll tell you my first impressions of them, so you don't have to go out and buy them to figure that out. Subscribe if you're interested in fashion and you want to learn with me and grow with me and follow me on my journey. We going up, you feel me? It's about to be summer, and you already know I'm Jamaican, so once the weather get to my climate, it's like me just activate. It's like me just say, yo, Jamaican mode. It's like me just say, yo, Super Saiyan Jamaican yard, man. You feel me? So yeah, I'm active this summer. We getting all stuff done this summer. You don't know.